We have actually got today almost too much news, if you guys can believe that. Can you guys actually believe that? Let's take a look at the news. Gem store. Actually, that's not the important thing, guys. We have skiffs and fishing in action. We have a live roadmap and an anniversary thingy all going on at the same time. Now, to be honest, these two, not actually that important. Fishing, they just like show a little bit. We can have a look at it right now. Here's the video. It's not really that much, to be honest. Like, never mind. Okay, here we go. Let's go on the YouTube channel here and look at the video. There's not really that much going on here, to be perfectly honest with you. They just kind of like show it in action. They show some animations, essentially, with the fishing. So we're having a look at some of these animations here. But they don't really talk about how it's actually going to work. The one thing they do say in the video is that there's going to be, it's going to be a bit minigame-esque. I believe it's going to be minigame themed. Oh, that cool animation grabbing that fish. So it's going to be a bit of a minigame, and you can do it with your friends, right? You can go around with the skiff, and they show a little bit of skiff gameplay here as well. But they don't really go into the details yet. I think that will probably be a little bit later on when they go for like a more in-depth stream on this, I think, will be coming up in the future. But as of right now, they're just showing you, like, you know, oh, how it was. You can go really fast on the skiff and move around there and seeing how it actually might look. The animations look a little bit weird on the skiff. It doesn't, you know, this is actually that worries me a little bit. Look at this, guys. If you actually look at the way this works, I don't know, maybe boats actually do work like this, but it feels like it doesn't really carry its momentum. Like, you change directions with no inertia whatsoever, is the way it looks to me. And that maybe is slightly concerning with the way that it might work. I think it's maybe not going to feel quite as good as mounts. I think mounts will still be that kind of like ultimate fluid movement, like with, you know, like very kind of like a high degree of realism in the way it would actually handle there, which I think boats may not have that actually in Guild Wars 2, but still, it's pretty cool stuff. I mean, you know, I actually really like listen to this line, guys.
Whether you're looking for peace and quiet or valuable resources, Tyria's fish will never be safe from you again.
Tyria's fish will never be safe from you again. What a great line there at the end of the trailer, of course. But, you know, it's like, it'll be like a fun little feature, right? It'll be a fun minigame thing that we can get into there. But I think the really big thing for me is going to be the roadmap here. You know, like, yeah, it's the anniversary, guys. Okay, incredible stuff. And they introduce they show some pretty interesting details, actually, here as well. 16 million. Now, guys, we're going up. We're going to 16 million strong on the amount of accounts we have. 190 million hours of gameplay, right? And the best part about this, guys, is that 180 million of those are actually Mike playing meta events on all of his alt accounts, farming all those meta events. Oh my god, 12 billion achievement points, 99% point nonsense zero time. This is actually, I think this is actually a pretty cool thing. ArenaNet should actually hit people with this way more often, actually, because a lot of other MMOs have issues with downtime and server maintenance. I think ArenaNet should be, like, really bragging. They should brag big time. I guess they kind of are doing that here, but they should be, like, swinging this as, like, a hammer to, like, clobber the other MMOs with, because this is actually like, a big thing. Like, an MMO with essentially zero downtime, because even when there's a new patch, right, you just, like, log out and log back in again immediately, essentially. This is actually a really good thing about the game. They should definitely hit people with that. Oh, dude, and, like, you know, I'm surprised about the spooky raptor, but actually the weeaboo dog and the hummingbird are definitely not a surprise there. Everyone loves the bird, right? You know, like, a lot of people said, I am insta-buying this mount skin, right? Like, they swiped the second it was revealed. They instantly swiped within microseconds. Definitely one of ArenaNet's biggest earners here, I think. This was definitely an udder, right? This was a big udder, and ArenaNet grabbed it with both hands. Oh, 354 million kills in World vs. World. 1.3 of those were actually during no downside events. There's a lot of farming there, right? And it's 60 million GGs. Hey, look, it kind of gives you a little bit of hope, right, for instance content. That's quite a lot, right? That's actually a lot of /GG usages, right, if you actually think about it, right? Like, especially seeing as GG wasn't always in the game. So that number is actually, that, you know, how much people have been doing it is actually maybe even more than you might think, right? It's quite a lot. And people, dude, that's just sad. People died to 11 million times to pocket raptors. Your legend lives on across 28 PvP league seasons and 20 million. Oh, dude, that feels low, actually. Huh. That really doesn't feel like a lot of PvP matches. I guess PvP matches have like a good amount of players in them. But yeah, there it is, I guess. Not a lot of matches there, I don't think. And then here we go. Since Guild Wars factions, Tyria's total landmass has increased by 830 square miles. 35,000 unique art icons, and then 540 map loading illustrations. Wow. Incredible. And of course, guys, this is definitely a really big important one here. Let's take a look at that. This is not confirmed, just so everyone knows, but this here does appear to be a tease for an elite specialization, and that looks like Rev. That looks like Greatsword Rev is actually now being teased on this little thing. A little bit of a sneaky one there. A little sneaky, ain't it, huh? Yeah? Of course, we'll actually know this very, very soon, and we'll get into the next piece of the news there. We actually get our reveal stream coming actually very, very soon, kind of towards the middle of September. Is where we're going to be learning about some of the stuff there. So we'll find that out there. But it was all fun. Indeed. And of course, we get the reminder about End of Dragons popping up there in February 2022. But yes, guys, Greatsword Rev. Here we go. Difficult to say what legend they'll be channeling, of course. But that definitely looks to me like it's going to be a great sword. That is definitely a great sword, guys. It looks a lot like the style of great swords that you see in, you know, like the Frost sword, right? You know, from the Icebrood Saga ones, right? That's definitely a big great sword gaming. Revenant has now been confirmed. Looks like heavy armor. There's the great sword. There's the next one, guys. Rev finally get their big sword. I think that's probably one of the most requested ones ever, right? I would certainly say that having this is definitely a big deal, right? A very, very highly requested feature to actually get into play there for Rev. So good luck there, Revs. Hopefully I'm right on that and you can get it. Unless it's going to be like, wait, hey, it's not going to be Greatsword Thief. Just saying, guys. Like Thief mains cry some more. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and move on to the actual meat. The actual meat is actually going to be the roadmap. So let's take a look at the roadmap itself. This is the big thing here. Guild Wars 2 Live, Fall and Winter for 2021. So, what are we doing here? Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons, the beta events. I'll just move my head there so you can see that. It is the Elite Spec beta events, September 21st, October 26th, and November 30th. Bonus meme here, guys. They actually say when the reveal streams are going to be as well, but not on that little graphic. The preview live stream for September is going to be on September 17th, on the Friday, and also for October, it will be on the 22nd. Of course, by then, there doesn't need to be a preview for the 4th beta, because all of the specs will have been revealed by then. It will simply be go again and test everything out at the same time, and you also get Siege Turtles. So, very cool stuff. I mean, September is packed. Honestly, it is actually, I'm honestly really impressed. This is why I really like the approach that ArenaNet has taken with the way they're actually handling the content drought between now and the expansion. Because look how packed this is, guys. Living World, Season 4, August 24th, which is, of course, this Tuesday, and then September 28th. Bam! We're going round again. Icebrood Saga, October. Short break there, of course, after Living Story Season 4, to get a festival in there, basically, is what's happening. And then, bam, we go straight into the Saga. Festivals, Festival of the Four Winds, Shadow of the Mad King, and Wednesday, and Lunar New Year, all now confirmed. And that means we're going to have a lot of that festival content, farm that AP, loads to do while we're waiting for stuff to happen. And then on top of all of that, guys, we have DirectX 11 beta and Alliances beta, and of course the Extra Life kind of annual charity live stream from ArenaNet there as well. Coming in on November 5th. This is pretty crazy stuff, actually. This is some pretty nutty gaming here, actually. And I really like doing DX11 before Alliances, guys, because, of course, DX11 is really focused on performance. And you know what really suffers with performance, guys? Yeah, that's right. World versus World Alliances, right? Because obviously in World versus World, you've got a lot of players going on there, right? There's everyone running around in circles all over the place like a lunatic, right? And this causes very big frame rate tanking. So I actually really like what they're doing here. I almost expected them to kind of like spread it out a little bit, but now that I think about it, this actually makes a lot of sense to actually have the DirectX 11 beta at the same time as Alliances, because a lot of people are going to be going in there into World versus World, obviously to try it out, see how it is, see if there are any new rewards, right, or things they can obtain, and see if World versus World is, going to be fresh and new and full of content, right? And DirectX 11 is going to be really, really helpful there. It could definitely help out with some of the issues that a lot of players face in World vs. World. So, yeah, I have to give that a very, very high rating there. Big shout out there to ArenaNet. I think that's very, very smart. And once again, there's a lot going on here, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So really get going here. Like, this is a very good time to actually be in the game right now, completing all of the past achievements, getting your Sky Scale. Because bear in mind, guys, Season 4, this is Sky Scale right now, okay? So if you're in, you will be able to actually complete all the past achievements, do the old ones, and also work towards your flying mount if that's something that you want to go for there as well. And similarly in the Icebrood Saga, there's actually a lot of stuff you can go through there and actually farm, and of course they'll be quite rewarding us in their own right, because of course once the Icebrood Saga is over, guys, do you know what that means? That means that you get your legendary amulet for free. So definitely worth playing through for that just right off the bat. If you don't have the PvP one, or you don't want to go for the PvP one, then this is a very good way of doing it. And well, if you're in general, if you like achievement points, completing all of the Return to Living World achievements is extremely good just right off the bat anyway, because of how many achievement points it actually gives you. You get a lot of achievements. They're very generous with the reward structure here in that regard there as well. But yeah, and I have nothing else to really say, although there is one thing, guys. Now, chat, are you guys ready for the Ultra Giga Omega Supreme leak? Let's talk about that. Lunar New Year, January 25th. We can see it all there. Festivals in Guild Wars 2 last 3 weeks. Think about that, guys. January 25th, February 1st, February 8th, and then February 15th. Lunar New Year will end. That, to me, says that either Lunar New Year will end at the same time as the X-Pack drops, or, okay, it'll be the week after. So I actually think this pretty strongly implies that the release date for the expansion will be the 15th of February, or if they want to take a quick break, it will be the 22nd of February there as well. So there you go. It kind of like means it won't be at the start of February, right? Like, it doesn't say where it will be as such directly, but it does say that it will be towards the end of February there as well. Right, there you go. So save the date. Get ready for it, my friends. Here it comes. I mean, maybe they already said the 22nd. I don't know if they did, okay? Either way, it's good content. People keep saying this, but I can't remember if they actually did or not. I can't remember if someone actually confirmed this. Maybe they did. But you know what? This confirms it even more. Double confirm. And anyway, let's also talk about another thing here as well, actually. The other thing here is actually the World Buzzword Alliance's beta. Now, it's a bit of a weird thing here. Like, New World actually is coming out. That game is being released on the 28th. And, you know, funny enough, this... I don't think this is intentional, because the only reason this is clashing is because New World was supposed to already be released. It was supposed to be released at the end of August. But weirdly enough, I actually think this is kind of bad for New World as a non-Guild Wars 2 topic here. This is actually quite bad for New World, because New World is a realm versus realm game, but Guild Wars 2 is an MMO with 9 years of development behind it, and will just utterly annihilate New World in terms of the amount of content. World vs. World is already a finished system. New World, open world PvP, and just PvP in general in that game, is not even close to finished. And I actually think that alliances being essentially begun to roll out at this stage is actually quite bad for New World. I mean, I'll be playing New World for sure, and I think a lot of other people will, but I think this is god tier timing. This kind of reinforces my whole like year of Guild Wars 2 ideology here, in my opinion, actually, because I think that a lot of people will go and play New World, play it, have fun, and then want to go and play another Realm v Realm game. And the only one that will be kind of popping off and releasing new features and new content dedicated to that will actually be ArenaNet. It will be Guild Wars 2. I think that New World will actually funnel back in to Guild Wars 2 after New World. Genuinely remarkable. Very good alignment, I think. For ArenaNet in this regard, actually. I like it. I love to see it. I really, really do. So, for those who are not familiar, guys, alliances are essentially what's called world restructuring. And what it does is it essentially replaces worlds or servers in the game with guilds, right? That's how it is, right? I run something in the background for a few. Ooh, trusted systems with live play data. You shouldn't notice anything different in your Wolves of gameplay during this time. We know you're eager for the great details about world restriction. We'll be posting a dedicated blog on the future well in advance of the first beta event, which will include an up-to-date overview of the system, including our plans for the betas. Very, very cool stuff there. Very, very cool indeed. I love to see it, guys. I love to see it, guys. It's fantastic gameplay. And I think ArenaNet are going to commit quite hard to World vs. World. I think that they do, I mean, look, they have said that they view it as a cornerstone game mode. Grouch is actually now back at the studio, and he's always been a big fan of competitive gameplay. I think that actually they will go very hard indeed onto World vs. World, maybe even PvP. Definitely World vs. World though, like PvP maybe not, because it is honestly one of the deadest game modes out there right now, and probably always has been for a long time. That tends to happen when you neglect it for years on end, but you know, that facts are facts. Whereas World vs. World has actually been doing quite well. They even actually commented on this recently, Grouch saying that it actually isn't dead. It's one of the most populated game modes, which makes sense if you think about it, right? Like, it's a game mode that doesn't need new content to survive. A lot of other stuff, like, you know, PvP kind of needs balance to survive. PvE needs new content to survive. And honestly, balance and new content in PvE, hasn't really been going super well for Guild Wars 2, but World vs. World is very player-driven, so it makes sense that it's the one that's actually been able to weather the storm of the Guild Wars 2 development cycle the best. So I think they actually will do it. I believe them. I 100% believe that they are going to go really hard on this and really try and push forwards and get a huge amount of the World vs. World audience, because Realm v Realm PvP is always popular. It's one of those things that kind of excites people. You know, people get excited about Realm v Realm PvP. You know, and that's a really big selling point of Guild Wars 2, because not a lot of the games actually have this this type of gameplay. It's very, very cool stuff. You absolutely love to see it. And to top all that off, we have a million bonus events there. Of course, World vs. World for the alliances. These are honestly great. I will keep saying this over and over again. I really hope they keep doing this regularly. I really do, because I think that bonus events and bonus weeks are super cool, and they really drive engagement and get new players to try stuff out, because it's like, ooh, I should go try this game, and because the rewards are getting juiced up for this week, right? So I really hope they actually put these into a rotation here as well. Bit of a typo. This is going to be a PvP bonus week, I think. I think that's what they mean here. Of course, the festival's coming in, then Lunar New Year there as well. And hey, fun stuff there, of course. I mean, this is exactly what you're expecting, but it looks like they're going to be adding a lot more. They're adding a lot more different faces and, you know, character customization options here as well, with like hair and stuff there. They're kind of like hinting at that there, but that's going to be probably an expansion feature coming on there as well. But yeah, very, very good stuff, guys. Dress up your character in different ways. I love to see it indeed. That's rock and roll. It's good content, guys. It is good content indeed. But funny enough, there's actually a lot here, but there's not a lot to say about it. A lot of it is really going to be, you know, a lot of it is going to actually be, you know, just good content to enjoy. There's not a lot to actually discuss or critique here, because it's all very good stuff. It's all very exciting. I guess one final thing is that the thread about World vs. World also commented that ArenaNet are kind of considering adding World vs. World Siege Turtle gameplay. However, they also explicitly said that if the Siege Turtle makes World vs. World worse, then they will actually not add it. So that is to say, guys, they'll probably test the Siege Turtle in World vs. World at some point. You'll be able to use it there, and they'll see if it's going to make the game worse or better. I hope they don't add it. That's my personal opinion, but who knows? Maybe I'll be surprised here. But they will actually probably try it at some point to see if it will actually make the game terrible. But I guess we'll find that out when we end up getting there. But yeah, very exciting stuff. And actually, I'm particularly excited for the final beta event here, beta number 4 here, because then you get to use all of the elite specs, and you get to try out the Siege Shot there as well. Very, very good stuff. Very, very cool stuff indeed. And also, for all of the enthusiasts there who like competitive gameplay, I'll actually be running a tournament there, PvP and PvE, to actually see who can abuse them the hardest for some all-out 5v5 conquest action. Of course, a raid tournament there as well. Come here. That's the news. Get going on those achievements, guys. Get your legendary amulet. Get ready for alliances. Get ready to watch your CPU melt with DirectX 11. And, well, count those days, because the expansion is very, very much on its way now. Good stuff here from ArenaNet. Actually, very happy to see a lot of excitement going down there, and I hope they actually continue doing stuff like this. You know, like, I think World vs. World bonus events, PvP bonus events, PvE bonus events, I think they're great. I mean, obviously, they might want to not want to do them too much, because it kind of spams rewards, I guess, but who cares about that? Hand over the swag right now. Just milk us hard in that labyrinthine cliffs with those stupid gamble things to get those ectos, right? To get those juicy infusions. That's it, guys. That is how it is. I absolutely love to see it there. Good stuff there from ArenaNet, and that is the news.